Hello, my friends. I hinted a few days ago that I was going to have something to share with you. And I wanted to wait until it actually happened before I shared it so I could report in on it. And this will tell you what it's all about. Yep, a witch went to Weight Watchers today. I've known for a while that, what's the way to put it? Let's just say I felt in my struggle to become healthier, that I was a bit alone. I mean that with all due respect to my beloved, who would happily eat himself to death and is not really interested in taking proactive steps to be healthier. And you know that acceptance thing that I shared with you after church? This is kind of an exercise in that. He has a right to whatever his opinion is. So I have been trying to get out and walk more and be more active and to make specific decisions in relationship to food. And I've done well. But I realized that, with all respect to those of you who do this well on your own, I kind of needed support. I needed to learn from others how they're dealing with it. Let me clear off my space a little bit. It's junked up and it's bothering me. I needed to be with others who were experiencing similar things. I'm especially finding it challenging because of some of the limitations that come with Lady Lupus, that come and go. And also, I have to be honest, some of the situations just created by the fact that I'm in my 60s. And I felt like for me to be able to address this well and completely and as a permanent shift, I needed support. I needed guidance, I needed help, I needed inspiration. I didn't need to be in it alone. So I've been thinking about that for a while. And made the decision to go to Weight Watchers. And it was actually a celebration. I'm very happy with my decision. I went to my first Weight Watchers group today. I actually have been this size almost all of my life, with the exception of about a 7 or 8 year period in my life. But I was a heavy child through my teens into my early 20s, and had a period of time at which I was at a healthy weight. But by the time I was early 30s, I was back to status quo for me, which is about where I am now. It's never limited me. I have never felt less than beautiful. I have never felt less than strong. I have always done physically whatever I wanted to do. I've always had low blood pressure, and all the other numbers that you track have always been very healthy for me, and all that's changed in my late 50s and into my 60s. And what I had to face is the fact that what I've carried all these years is not going to serve me well in my 60s and my 70s. It's also going to drastically shorten my life. And I'm selfish. I want as many years as I can get. I went to Weight Watchers in 1972. Yeah, a long time ago. I actually did well on Weight Watchers in 1972. Within 3 years or so, I actually hit my goal weight and struggled to maintain it, but did maintain it for a couple of years. Had a series of rather catastrophic events in life that kind of set me back to comfort eating. And then when I was living on my own for a period of time, I just wasn't treating myself correctly. I wouldn't make myself nice dinners, or I wasn't getting out for activity. I just wasn't respecting my body. So the weight came back on. Other than that period in my life, what you see is what I've always weighed. I'm never someone who has different sizes they used to wear in their closet. I've been wearing the same size since my middle 30s. But it's all snuck up on me in the last starting probably late in my 50s, with a blood pressure that decided to go up, with a cholesterol level that decided to go up, not into the dangerous zone. Same thing with my sugar, it decided to go up, but not into the dangerous zone, but enough that they keep talking medication. Yeah. Well, truth, I'm just not happy with that. And you know, we change what we can change in life, and we learn to live with what we can't change in life. And the truth is, I own this. I own this temple that houses my soul. And it was very difficult for me to accept that I need help in this part of my journey. Until I went to the meeting today. Typical of so many things that happened here. I am staring because I'm trying to figure out if I am recording or talking to nothing. I'm recording. I'm using my old camera, which you probably see in the quality because I didn't charge up the new one. So anyway, I go into the meeting today, and like a lot of things that happen here, it's full of senior citizens. And the energy. Laughter and joking and challenging each other and supporting each other and offering inspirational stories. The discussion was amazing. The woman who's leading it is good. Mostly, it was the people in the meeting who were amazing. And it's a huge group. There must have been 50 people. They obviously have come to know and support each other very, very well. Men and women who've spent a lot of time together, getting healthy. I wasn't in that room for more than 15 minutes before, oh my, do I really need to do it this ways, flew out the door. Because I was with peers, people who have been struggling with health issues that have come with their age, that are dealing with limitations. We have everything from people on walkers or wheelchairs or using canes or other walking assistance tools to a lot of like vital and healthy and golfing and tennis playing seniors. It's a little bit of everything. But all acknowledging the challenges. If we let ourselves slide into unhealthy places as a senior citizen. Strange thing is, we've only lived here for 3.5 years. So, I was in my late 50s when we moved down here. At that point, I didn't consider myself a senior citizen. Oh well. Now I'm happy to claim the title. So the meeting was amazing. I'm a little overwhelmed at the beginning of this because it's a lot of information. It's somebody else's plan. Some parts of it I don't agree with and will not participate in. They encourage, for instance, that you use a lot of the light products, the non-fat products. I won't go there. Most of us who truly care about our health read enough to know stay away from those things. So there's things that they propose that aren't going to be part of my plan. I actually have a problem. They compute how much you should start off with, assigning you the points that you use to track your food based on your age and your current weight. I'm stuffed from what I ate today. I had yogurt, granola, and fruit for breakfast. I had a ham salad sandwich on bread with a slice of cheese and 5 pretzels, which will not be part of every day because I learned some things at the meeting I'm going to try. And not because there's anything against pretzels. It was only a point. It was a very low point, but it's empty calories. There's nothing good in that for you. And a salad for dinner with homemade dressing and a recipe I found on the Weight Watchers website, which was pasta, chicken sausage, escarole, and tomatoes, and baked glazed citrus carrots. Also a recipe I found on the Weight Watchers site. I had a lot of food today. And by Weight Watchers guidelines, it's only half of what I should have eaten. So I can see that one of the things is, I'm not going to eat what they think I should eat. I'm not concerned about that. Well, truth be known, it's a business. They don't want you to lose weight too quickly because you pay for every week you go. And the flip side of that is, I happen to know that I'm one of those people who only loses weight at a lower calorie zone than the majority of people. So I will be eating less points than they say I should eat. I actually talked to the instructor about this. And surprisingly, she was very supportive. She said, well, the first thing is, your points go down as you lose weight, so you're going to be getting down into the lower ranges as time goes by. The other thing she said is, I remembered in the old days of Weight Watchers that if you didn't eat what you're supposed to eat in a day's time, you got lectured a bit. She says, we don't really do that nowadays, unless you're sharing with us that you felt hungry, that you binged because you were desperate for comfort food, or that you craved something. She said, those are the signs that you're not getting enough to eat. The current Weight Watchers allows you to eat all the fruit and vegetables, the non-starchy vegetables that you want. They don't count for anything. Interesting that. You used to have to actually count points for things like apples. Not anymore. So enough of all that talk of points and things like that. It's just a way of breaking down and tracking in a day's time for you to make sure that you're staying on track with what you want to do. And I was very pleased to hear that I will be accountable to the scale. I want to be, folks. I want to be. I will be accountable to the group to share in the discussions and to be present and listen to what's shared. And I will be accountable to eat a healthy, well-balanced day and not to give in to emotional eating, not to give in to stress eating, although that's probably not part of the challenge of my current life. At home it will be nicely controlled. When we go out to dinner, I need to learn to be a Weight Watcher. And I am not concerned about that. I actually fell employed in one of their marketing plans, which is this little thing here that you can enter what you're eating in. Either the nutritional information off of a product that's sold, or just information if you're eating out, say, at a restaurant. And it will tell you how many points. I'm all for that. There's great apps and there's lots of stuff online, but their website is not user-friendly. Really, it took me 4 hours to plan a week's worth of food. That just shouldn't be. So I'm not going to use their website. And I don't have a smartphone, so that little gadget's going to be very helpful. So why am I sharing all this with you? Well, are any of you out there on this particular journey? I was very surprised when I went to find that Weight Watchers has changed drastically, and I understand there was a big change last year. It used to be that you could kind of spend your points in a day's time any way you want to, and they actually have come around to the real world, which is protein, healthy vegetables, fruit, and starches at a limited amount, like the pasta I had for dinner tonight was a cup of pasta, so it worked out just fine. But very different than the old days where they used to collect points and then you could, eat pizza or drink a cocktail or something like that. Very more health-centered. In fact, most of the recipes that I've used in the last 4 or 5 years that are paleo-centric or whole food-centric, I will be able to convert very easily with my little gadget into Weight Watchers points. They kind of have come around to that's the healthy way of eating. So why am I sharing all this on a blog? Not to rattle on about my weight, except to share with you that the weight matters right now because of some health challenges it's causing and some limitations it is causing in my life that I'm no longer willing to humor. And also, in a way, to ask for support. If you are part of a Weight Watchers program, I'd love to know your experience of it, any advice that you have. One of the most beautiful, well, not one of the most beautiful thing, and I'll probably cry. Yeah, I'm starting. Bro, your phone call today meant so much to me. I know sometimes you watch my vlogs and sometimes you don't, but you're making me cry. Isn't it wonderful to have a friend who's not dealing with the challenges that you are, but knows very well what your challenges are and wants you to support you through them? And Ro doesn't live where we get to see each other in person very often. And within a couple hours of my coming back from that meeting this morning, he was on the phone calling me to ask me how it went and to give his support. We all need friends like that, don't we? We all need friends like that. And I don't mind putting it out there how much I love him and how much his friendship means to me. But I'm also aware that there's a lot of support to be had out there. I'll find it. I'm going to find it in church mates, actually. A church mate was at the meeting today. and I'll find a quiet moment with her to talk a little bit more about her experience of it. One of those things that I saw her and what went through my mind is, what's she doing here? Well, because I didn't know her before she lost her weight. She's on maintenance. She's already hit her weight goal. I also ran into somebody I worked with a long time ago. It must be maybe 10 years, more like 13 years ago, before I retired. And we were able to share not only catching up in life, but discussions about Weight Watchers in the program and how we were doing it. She actually let me know some programs for, I'd like to get involved in some movement programs. Don't think I can do yoga yet. There's a little bit too much of me that will get in the way of movement. But she let me know, and Ro, I told you that I was going to reward myself at the end of the summer by signing up at the Y with the Tai Chi, and she thinks she knows of some other local beginners Tai Chi classes that are inexpensive at local senior centers, so that's good. So this is actually kind of an emotional post for me to share with you, my friends. It actually, in a strange way, the most vulnerable I've ever been on YouTube, for a couple of reasons. Some of you I know have an opinion about organized programs for losing weight and programs that get you on the scale. So sharing that this is the journey I'm taking opens me up to some folks concerned about that route. But I'm making a public declaration that I will be healthier every week that goes by than I am at the moment, that I will learn how much of what I am going through as far as my health has to do with lupus and how much of it is just the weight I carry through the world. And I'm going to look to anyone who can offer inspiration and guidance. A lot of you have been in a similar situation to me. I know from things we've shared here and elsewhere. Over a certain age, have a physical limitation of some kind that has you sitting more often than standing, and have had your ways of coping with and making progress along the journey to better health. So in a strange way, of all the things I've shared on YouTube, this is probably one of the most personal ones for me. I even thought about whether I was going to share it or not. And then I remembered that I didn't want this to be a personal journey. I didn't want this to be a journey I was walking alone. That it's a time in my life when I do need all the support that I can get. So, without a doubt, today was a very good day. Doing what I can, taking charge in a way of my future. But in this moment, the joy that comes from knowing that I'm taking charge of my future is very uplifting and very powerful. I'm going to have my moments where I'm going to struggle. Eating out will be a problem. All the potlucks I have to go to will be a problem. And I state that they will be a problem because then I can develop my coping strategies for them. I'm just very excited about it all. Very excited about it all. I won't be reporting things like weight loss here regularly. Oh, if I hit a big milestone, I doubt I'll be able to shut up. I'll probably have to say it so you can celebrate with me. But I know that a few of you who I know well are dealing with similar challenges right now. In a way, a little bit of helplessness, that things that worked in the past aren't working now. And I just wanted to, on the high from an excellent meeting this morning with an excellent counselor, but most especially an excellent group of experienced adults sharing their experiences with getting healthy. I want to put that kind of positivity out there. I know many of you who watch me also watch Janet Herblove. I cannot put into words how much I respect what she's been doing for herself. I cannot describe how powerful and beautiful and strong her illustration of her best self has been over her journey the past, what's it been, year or so? Janet and other people have inspired me to realize it's not too late to drastically change my life, my health, my physicality, my ability to move through the world, literally. I'm especially respectful when I think of what she's done on her own. And I'm very respectful of myself coming to understand I needed to be in it with others. It's been a powerful, powerful day for me. Up until the get in the car and drive to the meeting this morning, I wondered, was I doing the right thing? In part because of the money. It's not cheap. But I actually paid for 3 months as a sign of my belief in myself. So, I'll take all the encouragement I can get. I'll take all the advice I can get. And I'm feeling really good at this point about the fact that I've decided to share this part of my journey with all of you. It's a good day.